Organizations often struggle with console complexity when users see services and regions they cannot or should not access, creating confusion and navigation challenges. You can now control service and region visibility in the AWS Management Console through Visible Services and Visible Regions account settings. You customize which services appear in the Management Console for authorized users in your account. You control which regions are visible to account users, helping them identify available resources. You configure settings via the console under Unified Settings in the Account Settings tab or programmatically through User Experience Customization. You deploy using CLI, SDKs, CDK, or CloudFormation for automation and infrastructure as code workflows. These settings are available in AWS commercial regions at no additional cost. Organizations need to consolidate and analyze logs that are accessed infrequently for forensic investigations and troubleshooting, while protecting sensitive data and managing costs. CloudWatch Logs Infrequent Access class now addresses these requirements with expanded capabilities. You can use OpenSearch SQL and PPL queries to perform advanced analytics on your logs, giving you more flexibility beyond the existing Logs Insights query language. The new data protection feature automatically detects and masks sensitive information in your logs, helping you meet security and compliance requirements. You can consolidate logs cost-effectively with lower ingestion pricing per gigabyte compared to the standard log class. These capabilities make Logs IA suitable for ad hoc troubleshooting and forensic analysis on logs that you query occasionally, while maintaining features like S3 export and encryption. Monitoring time series database performance requires visibility into operational metrics to identify issues and optimize resource usage. You can now use advanced metrics for Timestream for InfluxDB2 to automatically publish database metrics to CloudWatch. You can monitor database performance through CloudWatch integration, receiving metrics from both single AWS and multi-AWS instances without manual instrumentation. You can track resource utilization and query performance metrics to understand system health across your InfluxDB2 environments. You can configure automated alerts based on custom thresholds to receive notifications when metrics exceed defined limits. You can access metrics without additional configuration steps, as the feature automatically publishes operational data from your Timestream for InfluxDB2 instances. This enables you to build custom dashboards, identify potential issues before they impact applications, and maintain high availability for time series workloads. Compute-intensive applications such as data processing pipelines, high-throughput API backends, and batch computations require substantial memory and CPU resources to process large datasets and run complex computations efficiently. Previously, Lambda functions were limited to 10 GB of memory and approximately 6 vCPUs, with no option to customize the memory to vCPU ratio. You can now configure functions on Lambda Managed Instances with up to 32 GB of memory and allocate up to 16 vPUs depending on your workload requirements. You can select from 3 memory to vCPU ratios, 2:1, 4:1, or 8:1, allowing you to optimize for CPU-intensive or memory-intensive workloads. For example, at 32 GB of memory, you can configure 16 vCPUs for CPU-intensive tasks or 4 vCPUs for memory-intensive operations. These functions run on managed EC2 instances with built-in routing, load balancing, and auto-scaling, giving you access to specialized compute configurations without operational overhead. You can configure these settings using the AWS Console, CLI, CloudFormation, CDK, or SAM in all regions where Lambda Managed Instances is available. Medical imaging workflows require access control at the study and series level, but previously you had to manage access by listing individual image set ARNs in IAM policies, which was difficult to maintain and exposed entire data stores. You can now grant permissions for DICOM Web APIs using DICOM Study Instance UIDs and Series Instance UIDs directly in your IAM policies, eliminating the need to track individual image set ARNs. You can use IAM policies to grant access to all image sets for specific DICOM studies or series, making policy maintenance easier. You can create dynamic, temporary access grants using AWS STS session policies with low-latency authentication, enabling time-limited access for specific use cases. You can scope access grants to specific studies or series rather than entire data stores, providing protection for PHI. This supports use cases like pathologist case-level access, radiology study sharing with external partners, and controlled research data distribution.